Hey guys, welcome to Maine. This place is insane. It has been very hard for me to keep this a secret from you guys, but today's the day in which I show you the cabin, or the camp as they call it up here, that I decided to purchase up in the northeastern woods. Here we go. Here's the big reveal. I'm sure some of you guys probably have an idea as to which one I picked, but for those of you who don't, get ready. Here she is. To give you guys a bit of context, this cabin is in central Maine, just north of Bangor. I got a pretty good deal on it. I know a lot of you guys wanted me to get camp number 4, which had like 140 acres, had a little pond. But the problem with that is it's really out there. I mean, really, really out there. And it wasn't practical because for what I need to do is I need to make videos and I need to then upload them. And uploading videos after making them would be a very huge challenge, and there'd be just large gaps in which I would not be posting because of the fact that I'm away from civilization. The cool thing about here is I could technically get some service, I can get some Wi-Fi. I've got a water pump, I've got septic, I've got propane tanks for heating. This beautiful baby right here is ready to go. As soon as we walked in, turned the heat on, got the water going, and it's fully livable. So without further ado, I'd like to give you guys a tour of the new camp because you guys will be seeing an awful lot of this place in future videos. So let's check it out. Whew. Okay, so let's start with the inside. First, you'll walk up these snowy steps, hop in here, and the first thing you see is a nice little mud room. This is probably one of my favorite spots in the cabin just because it fits for what I need. I'm a pretty messy guy, and coming home after ice fishing or fishing on the lake, this is a nice area in between the living space that I can just rip my boots off, get all my dirty gear settled, and then I can go in and lounge and relax. Just past the mud room, we have one of my favorite spots in the whole house, that being the living space, the living room. It is so damn comfy. You really get the cabin vibe when you're in here. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but one of the big perks about this cabin over the other ones that I was looking at is the fact that the individual who owned this house previously wanted to leave all the furniture. And I mean, they left everything. I got this couch, I've got 2 beds down below, all the chairs, the tables. It's literally insane as to how much the owner left, but I'm okay with that. I don't have to worry about furnishing this pad while I'm also trying to film videos and catch some fish in an area which, by the way, I've literally never been to. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's pretty crazy that I bought a cabin in Maine, seeing as this is like my first time ever visiting. But I love it up here. I could just tell I'm instantly hooked. This place is gonna be truly epic, and I'm excited to film some videos. It's cozy. That's what's like the best way to put it. It's very, very cozy. Moving even further, we've got a second level, which is something that I did not expect when cabin hunting. Wouldn't exactly call it a 2-story cabin, but there is a bit of a loft up here, which is nice. Right there we have another bed, so we could technically sleep 3 people in this room. Got a nice little, well, I think that's a VHS player. Yep, wow. That's some ancient shit right there. That's definitely an old baby. It's even got a nice antenna. Maybe, I don't know, watch some cartoons on that. Got some seats up here. It's pretty much unfinished, but I kind of like it. It's perfect, you know? It's no fuss, no muss. Don't have to worry about ruining any nice carpet because the plywood's right there. I could see me turning this into kind of like an area where I can put a lot of my freshwater gear. One of the ideas that my buddy had was to put rods on the ceiling, just kind of hang them horizontally because there's so much dead space up here. I could just kind of put that, and then once you kind of get to the angles, there's not much you can do, but rods would very easily fit on this angled roof, which I might do. You guys can also let me know, what should I do with the loft? Should I keep it a bedroom or should I turn it into something else? You let me know in the comments. Okay, let's head back downstairs. Again, here's the living room. In case you're wondering, the cabin is heated by this little propane heater. If I run out of propane, I don't have heat. So I've got a service that comes out on will call essentially whenever I'm running low, and they'll fill up my propane tank, and then I can have heat and I can have gas from my burner in the kitchen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And this thing is amazing. It keeps pretty much the whole cabin pretty hot, with the exception of like the far back room, which I'll show you here momentarily. Right now it's on 56, but it's not actually 56 in here. I mean, it's probably a good 74, which you want to have if you're gonna come home after the elements. I mean, I think recently in Maine, it's been like in the teens and the low 20s, so that heater is gonna come in clutch. Over here, we got a nice little lounge area, place where you can sit, sip on some drinks, just kind of reminisce on the great fishing day you've had. Over here is some outdated stuff. We've got this super old TV that the owner left, the last owner left, and I decided to make a little addition right here with this nice katana, just in case I run across some bears or some ferocious wildlife. Got some speakers right there. We also have another speaker right up there. That way we can blast some tunes if we're just kicking it in the cabin. I mean, what more can you ask for? We've got closet number 1 in here, which I've already stocked up. I've got pretty much all of my warm winter gear. Fishing stuff down there, an extra heater, space heater if I need it. Snowmobile helmets, that one's mine. Then we've got some fish traps up here. These are some insulated ones. These are some automatic fishermen. And then we've got some, actually some like custom homemade fish traps up there, including some trash bags, toilet paper. You guys don't really care about that. Drills and drill bit. Yeah, this is kind of like a utility room. Then over here it gets a little more interesting. This is where all my ice fishing stuff is at. Bibs and my heavy jacket. Got the auger, the 4-stroke auger. Down here we've got the 2-stroke gas powered auger, Vexilar. We've got my fish finder right here. Heater, some fishing gear. All the ice rods are hanging up top. What is that? That's oil for the snow sleds, snowmobiles. More tackle, ice fishing gear. Kind of get the point, but this is nice. Nice little storage space to put all my stuff. Everything fits in here seemingly. I'll probably add more stuff to the cabin. I'll probably buy more stuff. But as of now, it seems to fit snug, which is good. I feel like I've discussed everything in here. Let's move on to the kitchen. I'll show you guys the rest of the house. It gets pretty interesting the further we go down, so stick with it. Here's another good part of the house, the kitchen. This is where all the grubbing goes down. Of course, since it came fully furnished, there's a fridge in here. Yep, we've got all the essentials. Beer and condiments, no food, looking good. Up top, we've got the freezer, which has a, oh wow, okay, a bucket of Fireball and then some bagel bites. And then of course, stay strapped with Tito's. Yeah, hopefully my mom doesn't watch this one. Yeah, okay, so kitchen, very old fashioned, which I actually love. We've got a wood burning stove over here, the sink, and the countertop is just next to that. Nice little wet bar, which is really cool. Again, great for drinking after fishing. And then we've got the dining room table, which I honestly might get a new one of. I think it's a little bit small. I want something a little bit bigger that just barely fits in this room so that more people can sit around the table and, you know, chat and have fun and shoot the shit. Cabinet for dishes, little shelf there for the booze and whatever you want to drink. What else is there? Oh, the cool thing is this camp came with a ton of firewood already, so I didn't have to chop any firewood down to keep this room warm. It definitely gets significantly colder in this particular room, whereas over in the living room, it's like a freaking 100 degrees, but there seems to be a cutoff. So it's nice to have that wood burning stove to keep things nice and toasty. Past that, we've got, of course, propane burners, which I love. My main crib in Texas has electric burners, which I hate. I hate induction stoves. I hate electric. Always go with gas. It's just way easier to cook that way. It's a great little Kenmore. It's fantastic. I don't know if Kenmores are great, but yeah, it's good. I've cooked off it already, some eggs and bacon, and it's solid. Then over here we got the bathroom. Nothing special. There's the pooper. That's where you wash your hands after you do the dookies. And then there's a little tiny shower. The shower's pretty interesting. I have yet to figure out how to get warm water out of there, but I'm trying my best. Also, the water pressure is not too stellar, but it gets the job done. The previous owner left this kind of really cool a toothbrush holder, so I actually kept that. Then we got a vanity cabinet in here. What up? Boom. Got some razors, got some shaving cream. You know how we do. Okay, very neat. The toilet. Yeah, I don't even know why I showed you guys that, but I figured maybe some of you are interested. I don't know. The other weird part about this cabin is there's so many doors. There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. Was there 4 doors? I think there's only 4 doors, but still, that's a lot of doors for a little tiny camp. And the doors are in kind of weird spots. Like there's a door here, there's a door over here, and then there's also a door right here, which I don't even know how you get in there because the bed's there, there's a ladder, and then, oh, there was another VHS player. Yeah, I don't really understand that door, but I guess it's something. I'm not even sure if there's I guess there is steps down there, isn't there? Yeah, you guys can see there's some steps down there. I guess more the merrier though. Whatever, it's an interesting design, but it's unique. So this is kind of tough to show, but I will show you guys. Here is my room. This is essentially the main bedroom, the only official bedroom in the entire cabin. It's messy. Like I said, I'm moving in. We literally drove all through the night, 23 hours in the world's nastiest snowstorm. Literally did like 200 miles in just like thick, dense snow just to get here. So I've, of course, yet to unpack. I'm pretty exhausted. This is a nice room. It's very spacious for what I need. There's the bed, which is natty. There's some clothes close, close. There's some Pokemon cards over there. You already know how we do. And that is where we meet the end of the cabin. That's it, there's no more cabin after that. Okay, now that you guys have seen what the inside looks like, let me know in the comment section below what I should add to the interior of the cabin. Maybe some fish mounts, maybe some shed mounts, I don't know. Let me know, drop a comment, and I will take your guys' suggestions into heavy consideration. But now we move on. Let me change my brightness before we do that. It's super. But now we move on to the surrounding land of the cabin, which is a lot. I don't know if I told you this, but the cabin came with some acreage, and the acreage is beautiful. You've got trees littered with snow. There's not a whole lot of wildlife popping off right now because it is a bit chilly, but it's amazing. You got birch, you got pine, you got all your carnivorous little trees just hanging in the back of the cabin. I'm gonna show you guys the property right now, but yeah, let's give her a look because it's a lot. Well, this is interesting. It appears that the owner before me liked to do a bit of hunting. I have a feeling I'm gonna find some pretty interesting stuff back in these woods. Using context clues, I'm pretty sure the person before me liked to do a little bit of hunting, probably was a pretty awesome outdoorsman, just judging from the fact there's a tree stand here. Okay, so now I'm thinking about it, I do remember the seller's agent mentioning that there were some stands back here, but I didn't know they were like that close. This is like the main trail leading back to my cabin or my camp. It's insane back here. When we first pulled up to the cabin yesterday morning, we threw the drone up, and this is what it looks like behind my little place. It's immense. It's very dense. A lot of this is undeveloped. A lot of this is not cleared, and I honestly would like to keep it that way. But yeah, there we have it. Nice little deer stand. That's pretty cool. Oh, sheesh, it's pretty high up there. Should we go up? Should we go up there? I'll watch it fall down. Okay, I'll try to go up there. If I break my neck, at least it'll be on video. I can use all the AdSense revenue to pay for my medical bill. Feels sturdy. Lord knows how long this has been up here. Oh my God, wait a minute. You can literally see the tree trunk, the bark growing into the wood. I'd say this has been up here for a minute. There's a seat up there. There's some ratchet straps. I don't know what the hell that's all about. Nice little view though. Got a nice little aerial view up here. Cool, as you guys know, I don't hunt, but yeah, this is definitely a good place to do it if you were into hunting. Just check out that perspective. It's gorgeous up here. Okay, I'm gonna hop down before this thing falls. I mean, God, who knows how old this stand is. Jeez. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, don't want to do this, but I am gonna save this for a different video, a different later cabin video, but right behind you guys is the pond that came with my property. Now this is crazy because when I put an offer on the house, I had no idea that there was actual standing water on my land. When I went in for closing, the seller's agent mentioned that that there was, in fact, a pond. So I had absolutely no idea. This is the first time I've ever gotten a chance to see this pond in person. It's not very large, but here's a perspective from the aerial view. I just don't want to show you guys up close because, like I said, I want to save it for a different video. We can do some cool stuff with this pond. I don't know if there's any fish in there. I don't know how long the pond has been in place. I don't know how deep it is. I don't know if the water's clear, it's dirty. It's very exciting. Always very unique to have water on property. But it looks cool. It's a nice little bowl, as you guys can see from the drone shot. If it doesn't have fish in it, let me know what I should stock. If it does have fish, let me know what we should do with the pond. Should we set some fish traps up? Should we do some ice fishing? Should we wait till it thaws and do some open water fishing? I don't know. I'm very curious to hear your guys' input, but it definitely has some serious fish potential. It's so sick. You guys probably can't see it right here. Well, actually, maybe you can a little bit. Yeah, right there is a little tiny stream that runs into the pond, which is just right there. So technically we could have some cold water fish thriving in this pond if there is some current. Yeah, here we go. Here's the stream again. It's, I mean, not much of a stream. It's more of a seep, but the fact that it's 20 degrees right now and this water is still in liquid form leads me to believe it's either moving or it's coming out of a spring, which I guess are the same thing. Springs move. If it's a creek, it also moves. I'm learning a lot about this property. I've barely scratched the surface and explored the amount of land that I do own. I might even save that for a different video, exploring the land. I don't know. Today was just kind of getting you guys acquainted and adjusted and showing you this huge new stepping stone in my life, that being basically moving to Maine for a good amount of time. Wow, it's so quiet. No cars, no trains, no planes, no vehicles. Silence. That's what I love about this place, is you are out in the middle of nowhere and you get all the perks that come with it. Oh, what a beautiful joint. Oof. Okay, so now that you guys got a little sliver and a taste for the nature around the cabin, I'm gonna show you guys pretty much the rest of the exterior. There's not a whole lot more, but I think this is kind of cool. What we have here is a nice little outdoor chill spot, little chill zone. Got a nice picnic table here, got some seats. We got what looks like used to be a fire ring. We might have to find where that went. And there's a shed, which is really dialed. I could put my snowmobile in here. I could probably even put a little John boat in that sled as well. Then I also have this very large rock. I don't know what it's doing here, but it's a nice rock. I like it. And then we've got enough firewood probably for, I'd say, half the winter. I mean, I can't complain. This is a pretty dope little situation we got going on here. Then I think, what's this? What is this? See, I don't even know what some of this stuff is. I'm still learning a lot about this cabin. This looks like it's just a cement block. Then there's a crawl space right here too, which is nice, so I can store stuff in there. Here we go. Hopefully no raccoon comes out and attacks me. You guys see in there? Yeah. No raccoons, no varmints. As you can probably tell, we're kind of running down the list of all the things that I wanted to show you today. But that's essentially it. There's not a whole lot. It's simple. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for, and I hope you guys are excited to see some videos coming from this little cabin, and especially up here in Maine. There's so much to do up here. You can saltwater fish, you can fish for brook trout, you can fish for bass, really good small fish up here, even muskie. There's so much. There really is no limit to what we can do up here, and that's why I think I'm so excited, is we could do a lot of kind of offbeat, non-fishing related content. We can also really focus on getting in the woods, doing some insane exploratory missions, and finding some like potentially untouched fishing zones. I hope you guys are equally stoked as I am. I can't wait to get out there, to catch some fish, to learn more about this property. You know, I'm sure it's gonna look a lot different in the summertime, and film the whole process and share it with all you guys at home. But like I said, use this as an opportunity to drop me a comment. I want to hear your suggestions, your ideas. There's so much I want to do, but I think there's a lot more that I haven't even thought of yet, and that's why I need your guys' help. Let me know down below. Be sure to give this video a like if you guys are stoked for the cabin videos. And yeah, subscribe. Just share the video if you think it's cool. And that's about all I have. Before we close, we must ring the victory bell and get ready for an amazing 2020 season. Thank you guys so much for the view. I really appreciate it. Remember to stay safe, stay warm, and as always, folks, keep fishing. Never stop.